welcome back to the channel and to this 1 year anniversary apocalypse game between Dark Eldar and Imperial Guard. It's 6,500 points of Eldar and Dark Eldar and Harlequins versus 7,500 points of Ali's Imperial Guard and Imperial Knight. So I'm not going to talk through the armies. I've done a separate video for that. Please check that out in the description. But we both deployed at the same time, so quickly for deployment, we've got a Wave Serpent there with the D-Flamers in, got the Ravager, the Void Weaver, the Vipers, we've then got the Fire Dragons in here, the Autarch has joined the Harlequins in the Star Weaver, we've got a Raider, 2 Sky Weavers, 1 squad of bikes, we've got another Raider down here, we've got the Warp Spiders and the Scourge around the side. Dark Reapers picking their sniping spot. In here we've got the Death Jester, we've got the Banshees, the Bikes with the Farseer and the Warlock. We've got the Spirit Seer with the Wraith Guard. We've got the Shadow Seer, the Wraith Lord, the Knight. Got both units of Grotesques and the Reavers there. In reserve we've got all 3 flyers, the Tantalus, the Dark Artisan formation, the Scalpel Squadron and the Swooping Hawks. So after defeating the Imperial Guard ambush last time, the Archon Drask Skythorn has called on Maldorath Starbane, the Eldar Autarch, for assistance to help get them off this planet where the Imperial Guard constantly bombarding them. Klaus von Rubbentrop, you may remember, fled the Homunculus Dark Artisan formation a couple of weeks ago, and him and his brother Max von Rubbentrop have rallied almost the entire Imperial Guard force on this planet to come and smash the Eldar forces off this planet. Maldorath Starbane has answered Drask's call. He's opened up a webway gate and poured out of it, ready to meet all of the Imperial Guard forces and hopefully destroy them enough that the Dark Eldar's raids can continue and maybe establish this as an Eldar trading post. There's lots of ruins on this Imperial world, and the Eldar have hunkered down behind their own Aegis defense lines, waiting for the Imperial Guard to strike, and we're looking to strike back hard. So the game is escalation. We've got objective 1, we've got objective 2 down here, number 3 is over here just on this side of the Aegis defense line, number 4 in the forest, number 5 just on the outskirts of the monastery, and number 6 tucked away in this corner here. So because of the size of the game and to save time, me and Ali have both deployed at the same time, so there's no specific first turn. We're literally going to dice off. So Ali, let's dice off and see who's going first.
6
Then a 1, so I guess that's Ali's choice first.
Yeah, I'm going first.
There we go then. Imperial Guard, turn 1. Right, so Ali's drew no prisoners, kill something, and he has to kill 6 units to score D3 plus 3, so I think that is probably going to happen considering I'm vastly outnumbered. So he's done his movement. Chimeras are pushed forward. Let's move on to Psychic. Right, so there's been devastation in the Eldar lines. We pretty much went on to the shooting phase, as the Psychic phase was mostly uneventful. We lost the Star Weaver here. I did pop the Mirage launchers, and unfortunately, despite these getting out unhurt, they are pinned. Unfortunately, Harlequins and the Autarch are not fearless. Yeah, I don't even know what orders Ali has issued, but basically this Raider is immobilized, and this one is stunned and down to 1 hull point. We have lost 3 of the Banshees, and the Autarch Exarch took a wound firing from the conscripts as well. So that was brutal. We've lost a Wraith Guard under there. The Shadow Seer has been brought down, and down here the Plasmacutioners smashed apart the Reavers. 27 hits.
Yeah, 27 hits.
Preferred enemy and 3 up jink, and I actually failed half of me jinks. Did pass a few feel no pains, and unfortunately I took 10 wounds. There was only 9 in the squad. This one is gone due to the prescient las cannons up here ignoring cover. So yeah, that blew that up. 3 hits, 3 pens. Urian's got out, of course he is fearless. So yeah, I don't know what is fired, what hasn't fired. There's too much to try and go through, but I know these guys haven't fired. The Basilisk has.
Yeah, the Basilisk missed.
Those guys, Ali issued split fire, and because the tank units are all within 12 inches of each other, each got to shoot at 6 different targets. So yeah, Ali was definitely going to destroy 6 units there. But we've still got this brutal side here. We've got the Knight to fire, we've got the Shadow Sword, and both of these. So that's only half the shooting phase, and already I've lost 5 units. Brutal, brutal. There's been a massive uproar in the guardsmen's lines. Both of these raiders have been wrecked, and the grotesques have poured out, hurtling towards the lines. One of them has been cut down as the las gunfire came in. The Shadow Sword, meanwhile, went for the Wraith Knight, and the Wraith Lord with his deep cannon scattered horribly back here. The Banshees took fire from the guardsmen over here, even the heavy stubbers from the Knight, the frag missiles from the missile team, and the Exarch was still standing. The large blast from the Shadow Sword scattered back, and Ali finally rolled a 6, killing the Banshee Exarch. Meanwhile, over this side, we had the Master of Ordnance drop down. We've had the Knight with the Ordnance template from the rapid fire battle cannon take out the Dark Reapers. It has been brutal. We've lost another Viper to the Gatling cannon, and the tanks over this side even went for the Wave Serpent here. Glance on the Ravager, however, stealth save coming in handy indeed. So it's been absolutely brutal stuff for the Eldar. We need to retaliate and start eating away at the Imperial Guard and the forces that are coming in to drive us from this planet. Right, so at the end of Imperial Guard turn 1, Ali killed 6 units, so he scores D3 plus 3. He rolled a 3, so that is 5 points plus first blood. Alright, so Dark Eldar turn 1, we have drew secure objective 2. And as we're playing a custom mission, Ali has agreed that Dark Eldar and Eldar reserves can come on, but can't use the Autarch's ability from turn 1. So let's have a look and see what's turned up. Alright, so despite reserves coming in on a 3+ this turn, only the Razor Wing out the Flyers turned up, so he's going to be dropping lots and lots of templates down on these guys to try and thin the lines out. The unit of Sheraton Cannon Bikers has turned up, again to hopefully pepper the lines of the guardsmen. The Grotesques also looking up the field, looking to charge in and hopefully start wrecking the Wyverns if we can get to them. The Wraith Guard and the Spirit Seer have moved out of the ruins, looking to start pushing forward, and one of the Scalper Squadrons landed here. Hopefully we can start eating away at the guardsmen hiding in the ruins here. We tried to land the other one here, unfortunately scattered into the building and has gone into ongoing reserves. The Farseer and the Bikers that is left are pulled forward again to help support the Venom in taking the guys out down here. I've moved the Wraith Lord this way. You can just about get a line of sight in on the Knight, or you can help possibly start going for the tanks there. The Hawks are looking to face down the guardsmen and take objective 2 for me. We've got the grenade pack for that to do, and they're supported by the Scourge. The Scourge are, however, going to be going for the Knight, as the Wraith Knight is going to be making his way over there for hopefully a turn 2 assault against him. The Scourge, like I said, are going to be going for the Imperial Knight. The Dark Artisan formation landing, looking to use the liquefier guns on the ranks of the Guardsmen. The Skyweavers pulling forwards, looking hopefully, if we don't take out the weapons team, maybe give them a charge, see what they're made of. Never used them before. Hopefully they don't suffer the same fate as the Starweaver and the Harlequins getting pinned down here. The Wave Serpent with the Wraith Guard in is pushed forward. Hopefully we can get rid of this thing before he does too much more damage. We've also then got the Void Weaver and the Ravager at this side to support. Fire Dragons jumping out the Wave Serpent here again for these tanks. So I'm looking to get rid of the hefty firepower at this side, as well as quite a big portion of the infantry. Pulling back, this raider unfortunately is stunned, so at least he's still going to get to shoot. This one is immobilized, so we'll have to see what we can do in relation to that. And the Reaper, you can just see the Wraith Knight over the top. The Wraith Knight, Imperial Knight, over the top of the landing pad, and hopefully we can do some damage there. So that's it for the movement. Let's move on to Psychic and do that grenade pack over there. Right, so in the Psychic phase, I managed to get invisibility off on the Wraith Guard down here. I did try and get Guide, but Ali managed to stop it. I then cast Psychic Shriek on the Guardsmen up here, and unfortunately only killed 2. They were just within 12 of the Venom here to be able to -1 leadership. The rest of the shooting phase has gone incredibly well. The Large Blast grenade pack plus the Las Blasters combined with the templates from the Dark Artisan has actually managed to take out quite a large portion of the conscript unit there. Meanwhile here, took fire from the bikers. The Venom cannon, the Venom with the Splinter cannons also went into the guys here, so these are going to need a leadership check. The Shuriken cannons from the Wraith Knight also targeted across, as well as a couple of Splinter rifles from the immobilized Raider back up here. We're just within range, or the stunned Raider rather. So yeah, that was pretty productive. The Shuriken cannons on the Skyweavers managed to take out the heavy weapons team here. Managed to get 3 wounds through, and obviously strength 6 doubling them out. So that was also pretty productive. Down here, the Razor Wing doing what it does best, dropping its 4 monocyte missiles, scattering wildly each time, but we managed to kill 4 guys from the back unit, about 8 from this unit, maybe it's a bit more, and 3 from this unit due to its scattering.
7 and 7.
7 and 7, there we go. Lucky number 7, eh? And the Shuriken bikers here managed to bring down 4 guardsmen on this flank as well. We have fleeted and ran the grotesques up here. Their combat drug was fleet, and these guys unfortunately only got a 1 with fleet. Right, so going into the rest of the shooting, I don't think I did things the right way around. I was trying to keep the Wraith Guard to be able to go after that Stormlord. So basically the Haywire Scourge, the Haywire Cannon from the Starweaver, the Void Weaver, the Ravager, and even the Focus Beam from the Reaper here. Both Bright Lancers from the Wave Serpent, and even the Wraith Lord down there fired everything in, and he was left on 2 hull points. Now, although the Stormlord has a strength D blast, that thing puts out way too much firepower, so it had to go. So I'm getting 5 hits with the Wraith Guard. We managed to get 3 through his in-run, which obviously would take him down to 0. So it has exploded. We rolled a 1, so it's the smallest blast, but which way does it scatter? Yeah, I think that's going to hit the Stormlord. We'll measure that and work it out. The only other thing that we managed to do is we managed to blow up one of the Leman Russ at this side and put a single glance on that one with the Fire Dragons. Right, so there we go, we're working this out. The inner template is strength D, so it is going to hit the Stormlord. The outer one is strength 4, so we're going to hit what? The Engine Seer and 2 Servitors?
Yeah.
And then the outer one is going to clip
the Servitor.
Just the Servitor. So, strength D on the Stormlord. Phil, wish me luck.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 6 plus D6. 12 hull points.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, boom. So we'll have to work that catastrophic damage out. But the 2 strength 4 on the servitors. That's 1 wound on the servitor, and it's AP 4.
Yep. So that's 1 gone.
Yeah, and then but it's the same unit because it was 3. So 3 strength 4. Are you toughness 3 with them?
Yeah, they're all toughness 3.
So that's another 1 gone. And then the next one was strength 2. Was only 1 hit, so I'm needing a 5. And then we look out, sir.
Yeah, I'm taking a look out, sir. Like, nope. Independent character.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
Nah,
There we go, so that's another servitor gone. And then this thing explodes as well. Let's work that out. So yeah, Ali's just rolled for this, and he's just rolled a 6. So it's going to be the strongest one, which is what, D10 5. Let's see where it scatters to.
On the Eldar. On the Eldar.
No, not on the Eldar.
Come on the Eldar.
Hang on.
Get the Wraith Guard.
Which way does it go?
On the
Go on the
Eldar.
Lehman Russ.
Eldar. Oh.
Let's flip it back again.
It's off the table. So yeah.
Eldar trickery. Yeah, Wraith Guard.
Boom. There we go. So the Imperial Knight has stumbled backwards, and his reactor has exploded, taking out the Stormlord with him. What a devastating turn of shooting for the Wraith Cannon, Wraith Guard. Phenomenal. So we've got a couple of jetpack moves to make, I think, with the bikers.
Leadership checks.
Yeah, we still need leadership checks. A lot.
Conscripts. Leadership 9. They failed. 4.
That's surely off there.
Yeah, so Primaris is going to be off.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Which takes them with them.
Yep. Ironically.
So, what a turn of events indeed. The Eldar have struck back hard, forcing this flank to almost collapse, thanks to the Wraith Guard and the Fire Dragons. Over this side, everything is pushing forward, looking to start and meet the wall of tanks at this side and sheer amount of infantry. We've done our assault moves. Jetbike's not really wanting to go anywhere. 2 inches for these, 5 inches for these, and the ones down here getting a 10. That's pretty much it. So the Hawks do secure objective 2. We are trailing on points, but that was a devastating turn of events indeed for the So for morale checks, the lone special weapon team guy has ran back this way. This guy has fell back through the trees. Conscripts, as you saw, ran off the table, but the engine seer at this side is staying strong despite the humongous explosions going up from the Knight and the Stormlord. So we score objective 2, scoring us 1 point. Yay! Right, so turn 2, Ali has drew secure objective 6 and secure objective 3. Right, so reserve rolls. One of the chimeras has came on, as has the other one, and tank shocked the Hawks out of the way. And the Vendetta is staring down the Wraith Knight, I think. So, movement. As you can see, these guys have just pivoted around, looking to start eating away at possibly the Dark Artisan or the Wraith Guard. The Ogrins over that side. Are they going to charge? Who knows? Down this side, everything has stayed as is. The lone guy unfortunately ran off the board there. We've still got all of these here. As expected, down this side, the Flamer is still running. So, all of the guardsmen along this flank have butted up to the barricades. The Sentinels and the Guardsmen over this side looking to take aim on Urian and the Grotesque, as well as secure Objective 6. Meanwhile, in the centre of the table, the Devil Dogs are using the speed to their advantage to secure Objective 3, and potentially start eating away at the Wraith axis here before they charge in and take out the tanks themselves. Let's move on to the sighting phase. Right, so these guys were prescienced. Ali tried to get off perfect timing on the auto cannons, but unfortunately I managed to stop it. And then he cast forewarning on Pask, so Pask has a phobe invuln, and unfortunately I didn't stop that one. For orders in his shooting phase, these guys were ignoring cover, as were these, and they shot up at the Razor Wing, unfortunately only getting a single glance between them. In the end though, it was the Hydras that took the Razor Wing down. So that was brutal stuff indeed. These guys down here took aim at Urian, but put 2 wounds on the Grotesque at the front. Down here, the 2 Vanquishers, they were split firing. One of them shot across at the Wraith Guard here, passing his invuln. Meanwhile, the other one took aim at the Wraith Knight and unfortunately failed to wound. Down here, this one took aim at the Dark Artisan formation, and we managed to pass all of our saves and feel no pains. And the last one there took aim at the Scourge and splattered 3 of them into the ground. So they are going to need a leadership check after the rest of Ali's shooting. So let's see what he's going to bring down. I think these Wraith Guard are in danger. The only other thing that happened, Manticore direct hit here on the Grotesque. Obviously strength 10 doubled them out. Couldn't do a thing about it. Alright, so between the rest of the shooting, he's managed to bring down the last Grotesque here. Pask managed to wipe out the Wraith Guard that were down in the centre and the Spirit Seer, and also put some damage in on the Venom. Fire from the Demolisher cannons and both Devil Dogs managed to bring down the Venom and the racks at this side. Down here, the Plasma from the veterans in that unit there have taken out 3 of the Swooping Hawks, so they're going to need a morale check. Meanwhile, the Death Strike missile landed slap bang on the Dark Artisan. We failed one of our feel no pains, and because the Wraith Guard were invisible, Ali was hoping to scatter on them, but he did manage to clip 2 and bring down 2 of them. So not a bad turn of shooting at all. We've still got the Vendetta to go, and then I think the Bulgrins are going to be charging in at the Wraith Guard here. Right, so combat phase down here, we managed to cut one of the Ogrins down with Overwatch as he charged in. We managed to inflict a single wound. Ali's Priest sang a hymn to allow him to re-roll to wounds, and as a result he managed to bring down 1 of the Wraith Guard. So that's going to stop me moving across there and blowing these tanks up in my shooting phase. But I think I'm probably, hopefully, get them out of combat. We'll see what the Harlequins are made of. Meanwhile, Ali does score secure Objective 3, and he scores secure Objective 6, putting him at 8 points. Right, so turn 2, we've got overwhelming firepower, no prisoners, destroy something, and all of the reserves are on. So the Void Raven has came on, he's dropped his Void Mine and managed to do a glance and a pen and stun the Hydras here, and managed to kill one of the guardsmen down here. So he is going to be looking at Pask. Pask has a 4-pin run, but we are going to look to hopefully take him out. The Crimson Hunter moved to there as well. Hopefully we can take out one of the demolishers. The jet bikes are pushing forward, looking to start eating away at the guardsmen down that side with the Shuriken cannons. And the Tantalus hurtled in out of the webway, looking to get rid of the 2 vanquishers there. And the Hawks have jumped across the Vendetta, looking to plant the grenades on it. We need to roll for that, but the Wraith Knights came sideways, looking to start charging up the field, up this way. Maybe we can get rid of a Devil Dog or 2 on the way. The Warp Spiders pushing through the cover, looking to support the Wave Serpent here in taking out the infantry or that Chimera there. The Viper also again jumping down just to lend the fire and support, starting to push up the table. Dark Artisan formation is going to be going after the tanks. Down this side, the Harlequins and the Skyweavers are going to look to hopefully get the Wraith Guard out of combat, as is the Solitaire. The Void Weaver just pushing forward ever so slightly, again looking to support and taking out the tanks with the Ravager as well as the Reaper. Meanwhile down here, the Fire Dragons, hopefully we can take the tank out at this side. Again, Brightland support from this Wave Serpent, hopefully. Right, so in the shooting phase we've retaliated hard. These guys unloaded the Shuriken cannons into the guardsmen here, bringing 4 of them down. Meanwhile, the Void Lancers on the Void Raven managed to get a pen on Pask and blow off his side sponson. The Crimson Hunter Exarch here screened in at the Demolisher, and unfortunately only got a single glance on it. The guardsmen down this way took fire from a twin-linked Tantalus, as well as the Venom. So they do need a leadership check. A lot of them have gone. Did they pass? 8.
Ooh, just.
There we go then. Moving across here, the Bright Lancers from the Wraith Lord shot through, hoping to help support taking out the Demolishers, but no damage was done. As expected on this side, the Fire Dragons pulled forward and levelled their fusion guns through the front of the Leman Russ on here. Their Wave Serpent, meanwhile, along with supporting fire from the Ravager, the Reaper, the Void Weaver, managed to strip this Chimera down to only a single hull point, alienating quite a lot of his cover saves. Meanwhile, the Bright Lancers and the Shuriken Cannon from both of these 2 tried to destroy the Chimera here. Unsuccessfully, the Warp Spiders on the other side of the ruins lending a hand to do the damage. The Swooping Hawk Exarch took flight over the top of the Vendetta and managed to get a pen with his haywire grenades and managed to shake the Vendetta. Meanwhile, from this unit here, the Wraith Guard levelled their flamers over the side of the Tantalus and have destroyed both the Leman Russ and left just the commander or sergeant standing on this side. So that is it for the shooting phase. It's been a big retaliation for the Eldar, but I think the Wraith Knight is going to go Devil Dog kicking in the assault phase. Right, so the rest of the shooting phase, this Raider turbo boosted over here and failed its dangerous terrain on the crater. So the warriors unfortunately have had to jump out. In combat, the Wraith Knights charged in, and despite Hammer of Wrath and having a D sword, only put 2 hull points on this Chimera, so it's still alive. The shooting phase, back there, the Shuriken Cannons and the Singing Spears unfortunately only put 2 hull points on the Chimera here. So those guys have assault jumped forward, as have the Warp Spiders there. Meanwhile, down here in combat, the Solitaire charged in, cut down the Priest, whilst the rest of the Harlequins pounded on the armour of the Ogrins, and all the kisses and caresses just punching through. As a result, there was 1 Ogrin left, and unfortunately was overran. So the bikes have consolidated over that way, and the Harlequins are now looking to push up the field. Meanwhile, over here, the Dark Artisan formation charged in. I elected to use my normal attacks, and unfortunately only inflicted 3 hull points on the lead Leman Russ there. So, it's not looking too good for the Guard at all. However, currently they are still leading on points, at 8 points to my 1. So let's have a look at what points the Eldar score. Right, so in the combat phase, Urian and the Grotesque charged in. The Guardsmen swarming around the Grotesque, and Urian challenging the Commissar. The Commissar taking a wound from Urian, unfortunately. So, they are stubborn. They have passed the leadership check. They're going to be hanging. Right, so I actually do score overwhelming firepower. We managed to kill 4 units in the shooting phase. We managed to kill the Leman Russes, a Chimera, the squad in front of the Leman Russes, and the Tech Priest died in the explosion from the Leman Russes. That was 4. No prisoners. I managed to kill the Priest and the Ogrins in combat. That puts me at 7. So that gives me 2d3 plus the one I already had, plus the 3 victory points. So this is 4 points plus 2d3. Phil's going to roll them for me. That's 4 points. Right, so as the sun is setting, the battle is raging on, and time is running out for the Eldar to make it back to Commorragh. So, we've drawn all 6 cards. Ali's got Kingslayer, which is in the Invisible Tantalus, Secure 5, 6, 3, 4, and 4. All of them being on his half. So welcome back after a devastating shooting phase for the Guard. The Hydra's here with Ignore's cover managed to bring down the Void Raven, of course, causing a couple of casualties in the building down here. Meanwhile, the Venom was blown up and destroyed. A combination of fire from all of the Guardsmen here, plasma guns, and then the Demolisher cannons went in to try and take out the racks. Unfortunately, one of them still stands. So the Hellhounds and the Chimera managed to bring down one of the bikes here, and in the process forced the Warp Spiders to flicker jump away, and we actually lost 2 of their number. They do automatically pass their morale check though. Meanwhile, the Guardsman with the plasma gun snapshot at the Tantalus due to it being invisible. We jinked, and unfortunately one went through, and we were seriously sweating in case it blew up. Luckily, it's only snap shooting though. Meanwhile, in the backfield, the Manticore dropped his massive blast in the middle here, killed a Wraith Guard, a Harlequin, and even put a wound on the Solitaire. The Snapfire and Vendetta, meanwhile, managed to get 2 hits and a glance on the Wave Serpent, but we managed to negate that with the Hollow Fields. Meanwhile, the Wraith Knight took fire through the trees from Pask and the Plasma Executioner and took some wounds. He's down to 3. Meanwhile, the Master of Ordnance dropped his massive blast on these guys. They are pinned, unfortunately, and killed 8 of the warriors, but also wrecked his own Devil Dog, resulting in Ali not being able to score objective number 3 down here. So down here the combat rages on. The Grotesque smashing through Guardsmen, bringing 3 of them down. Urian inflicting a wound on the Commissar. The Commissar executing the Guardsmen making them stay and tie up this grotesque Anurian Rakarth. So at the end of Guardsman turn 3, Ali scores secure objective 3, 5 and 6. The one down here, the Sentinels are holding, so he scores another 4 points, puts him at 12. Right, so Eldar turn 3, withdrew Supremacy, Ascendancy, Objective 4, Scour the Skies, Hungry for Glory and Take Them Alive. So let's have a quick look at the board. So as the sun sets, we are going to call the game at an end there. It's been a long day. Sorry we couldn't get more turns in, but this is how the game would have panned out. Basically these guys would objective secure this objective. The Wraith Knight holds this one. Down here we have rolled for it briefly and we did manage to blow up that Chimera at the front, which means that we would secure that objective there as well. The Dark Artisan formation would charge in and kill that unit there, securing this objective. And down here the Harlequins would go in and we're pretty sure that they would take them out in the Solitaire issue of challenge. So that would bring me to at least level with Ali, even with his first blood. So like I said, sorry we couldn't get more turns in. It's been a long day. We've been here about 6.5 hours altogether. I hope you've enjoyed the game, and hopefully we'll be able to do a much bigger game, perhaps play it over 2 days in the future. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. And with that, the Eldar rescue the Dark Eldar from this cursed planet. The Imperial Guard have wrecked face. They have been a nuisance and a thorn in the Dark Eldar's side. The Webway Gate now opened by Starbane for Drask Skythorn to return to Comarar and not Televi's embarrassment at the hands of the Guard. However, what remains of this planet? Who else lurks in the shadows? We shall see.